Welcome back for the first El Clasico of 2023 as Real Madrid face their arch rivals Barcelona in the final of the Spanish Super Cup. Xavi looking for his first piece of silverware as manager and Real hoping to win it for a 13th time. Michael, who do you make favourites?
Oh, possibly just Real Madrid. I'm trying not to be biased, but possibly just Real Madrid. I think they've got the experience, haven't they? Well, I mean, two teams, two winning machines, really, as clubs over the years. But I'd just favour Real Madrid, I think.
Do you think there's more pressure on Barcelona, Owen, because they've got a bit more to prove at the moment?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think, obviously, Real, the experience of winning the Champions League, and so consistently Ancelotti wins everywhere he goes. And I think for Barca and Xavi, you know, they want to get a trophy on the board. So I think, obviously, pressure on both teams. I think we're going to get a classic, you know, goals from all over the place. And Real, we've seen them suffer and hang in there. So Ancelotti is just the coolest manager in the world. I love him.
And there's going to be so many good battles all over the pitch tonight, isn't there? Well, where do you think that key battle is going to be?
Well, we've already highlighted the sharp end of both teams, haven't we, with Lewandowski and Benzema, and you'd have to think, as you put it so eloquently before, Lindsay, whoever's got their shooting boots on they'll be key players tonight. You know, the goal scorers are always the most important players on the pitch, aren't they, Owen?
Well, I think obviously all eyes are on the centre forwards, and rightly so, because they're so good. Two goalkeepers are world class as well. But I think Busquets has a big job today. You know, they'll dominate the ball. Real Madrid are brilliant in transition. He'll need to be in there, because otherwise you've got two young guns in Pedri and Gavi. We know they'll be bombing forward. So big job for Busquets in there.
Your eyes will definitely be on that midfield, I'm sure. Well, the players are heading out at the King Fahd International Stadium for the final. So let's join our commentary team, Steve McManaman and Ian Dark. Good evening.
Good evening to you, Lindsay. Good evening, everybody. One of the great rivalries in world football started at an old horse race track in Madrid in 1902. Since then, there have been 250 clashes, and goodness knows how many trophies won by these two famous clubs. They meet again here for the first time since 2017 in the Spanish Super Cup. Two clubs, in fact, who are dreaming of a European Super League sometime in the future, but now meeting in the Spanish Super Cup. Both needed penalty shootouts to get this far. Real Madrid against Valencia, Barcelona against Real Betis. Steve McManaman alongside me. Steve, it's never anything other than an edgy big game when these two meet.
Yes, it doesn't matter where they play or in what tournament they play in. It's still a hard-fought competition. Both have their various reasons why they need a victory tonight. Barcelona probably more so, but it is first against second in La Liga. It's a hugely important game for these two rivals.
They met earlier this season at the Bernabeu, and Real Madrid won by 3-1 to put a dent in Barcelona's hopes. But since then, Barcelona have taken the lead at the top of La Liga and are 3 points clear. There's the Real Madrid team. They mean business all right, making 3 changes from their semi-final team, most notably bringing back Luka Modric, changing both fullbacks. First choices, Dani Carvajal and Ferland Mendy coming into the side here. Nacho is out, and so too the injured Lucas Vazquez. Referee Ricardo de Berros Bencochea, who is a dentist by profession. You can insert your own jokes there. Just a reminder that VAR is in operation. Barcelona's team, well, Sergio Busquets, who hit 700 games for Barcelona in midweek, reaches another landmark here, playing in his 45th Clasico, equaling the record held by Lionel Messi and Sergio Ramos. 2 other changes bring in Andreas Christensen in defence and 19-year-old left back Alex Balde, who played for Spain at the World Cup. Left out, Rafinha. There are 1 or 2 reports linking him to Arsenal this evening. Very good atmosphere. Why Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for this particular competition? Well, it's not the first time it's been held here, and the truth is money, a lot of money passed to the Spanish Federation to put it on in these parts. Obviously that is a contentious choice, but the game is on in this stadium, the King Fahd Stadium, which holds nearly 70,000, and it's a pretty good crowd, as you'd expect for a meeting like this, a Clásico played very far from Spain. '701 games for Sergio Busquets, who just got a shot off there. And Karim Benzema, by the way, is in his 40th Clásico here. Real Madrid, of course, in the all-white, get us underway at the start of the evening. Xavi, the Barcelona coach, looking for his very first trophy as Barcelona's man in charge. Of course, Carlo Ancelotti has won very, very many, both as player and coach, including 4 times Champions League winner. It's noisy, Macca.
Yeah, this is what a final should be all about. With all honesty, the 2 semi-finals were quite quiet. The stadium was only half full, wasn't a lot of noise, but instantly you can hear it crackling tonight with a bit of atmosphere, which should help the players. Of course, the 2 sides, as you can imagine, have gone quite strong this evening. No messing round. All the big boys are back in, and that's good because it means that Carlo Ancelotti and particularly Xavi want to win this trophy.
It's incredible how close it's been over the 123 years. 101 wins for Real Madrid, 97 for Barcelona, and in goals, 418 plays 409. So couldn't be much more even, Stephen. Like Araujo is going to be playing at right back with Koundé at centre back. We wondered whether those two might be the other way round before the game. We've got the answer now.
Yeah, I think they're worried about the pace of Vinicius Junior, aren't they? If he's up there with Koundé, and you see here straight away, probably a foul actually by Araujo. You see him pulling his shirt, but that's why he's moved across to right back.
Yeah, that's clearly the thinking there. Araujo is quick. Here he is on the ball now, the Uruguayan. Had a few injury problems earlier on in the season, which meant he didn't get to play at the World Cup, even though he was in the squad. There is the avuncular and always charming Carlo Ancelotti. This fell on Mendy, up to Benzema, looking to get Vinicius in behind Koundé. They're looking to shut the door on him. Gone out of play. Goal kick. Koundé did play right back, remember, for France at the World Cup.
Yeah, he played right back on Thursday, didn't he, a couple of days ago.
One of the new arrivals in the summer, Koundé. Lewandowski and Rafinha were the other main new arrivals. Xavi back in the Middle East. His only trophy so far was the Qatari Super Cup. Benzema. Modric. Real Madrid looking to repeat their La Liga win earlier on in this campaign. And by the way, these two did meet in the Super Cup last year. Real won that 3-2. Though Barcelona did play very well that day. Went to extra time. Valverde won it in extra time with a great shot. There's Vinicius. Now's Dembele, very much a danger man for Barcelona. 7 goals, 7 assists this season for him. Christensen. 2 ex-Chelsea men out there. Christensen there, and Rudiger in the Real Madrid defence tonight. He's not had the best of starts at Real, has he, Rudiger?
No. No, I doubt he'd play if Alaba was fit. He's been a little bit rash at times.
Yeah, Alaba's out of the team, didn't travel, neither did Aurélien Tchouameni, both with calf muscle injuries, so stayed home in Madrid. Here's Frenkie de Jong. Gavi. Busquets was caught there by Kroos, who wants a free kick, and the referees, I think, wanted the game to go on, but now pulls it back and wants a word with Kroos. It looked like a open and shut case for a free kick, didn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think it was bad as it initially looked. See, he goes in for it. See, there's not much in it at all, but it was the action of Sergio Busquets. He kicks the ball and then his follow-through hits Toni Kroos, and then he lunges himself in the air. And I think it just looked worse. He's up and about, that's the main thing.
I think the replays confirm your point.
Yeah.
Carlo Ancelotti, a polite inquiry to the fourth official. Goes a long way in there, and Araujo was arriving late and might well have converted that.
It's close. Just runs off the back of Rudiger, loses him completely.
Araujo was among the scorers last season. Barcelona's day of the season last year, a largely frustrating season, but they won 4-0 at the Bernabeu last season. Aubameyang got a couple that day.
Yeah, Madrid had virtually had that league wrapped up then. No Modric that evening. And they were a shadow of themselves, weren't they, Madrid? They played very well that evening, Barca.
Well, they played fantastically on that occasion. Might have been more than 4, because Real Madrid went on to win the title. Barcelona finished second. But there is massive pressure, just to underline the point, on Barcelona, who've gone through all kinds of financial gymnastics to keep themselves competitive and bring more players in. But they have to deliver silverware, really, having done that.
Yeah, we know how much they've sold of their businesses and their media rights, and financially they are in a huge mess. So the sooner they start bringing in trophies, you know, coupled with them getting knocked out of the Champions League, that's been a big problem for them financially. So as soon as they start bringing in trophies, it'll start to look a little bit better. It wouldn't surprise me if they start to clear out of players now, because they've got a lot of them, and most of them they don't need.
I think the debts totaled something like 1.35 billion euros at one point. Massive wage bill among that, and of course COVID hit the club really hard. Lewandowski's chasing here, picked up in midfield by Camavinga, the young Frenchman who came on in the World Cup final. Just cameo parts for him really so far since he joined Real Madrid from Rennes, but he's definitely part, you would think, of the Real Madrid team of the future.
Yeah. Whenever he was called upon, he made an impact, and that's all you can do as a substitute.
Very stylish, and that was his left-footed pass out to Mendy. Benzema looking to work with Vinicius. His quick passing routines. Araujo there, winning the battle that time. Oof. Vinicius goes down, clutching his leg, and, well, is quite theatrical as he writhes around. Araujo is pleading his innocence.
Yeah, he catches him, but the ball was already out, and the referee had blown. Ball's out there, and then the follow-through catches his Vinicius' left foot, as you can clearly see there.
That brought back memories of that Gareth Bale goal in the Clásico you and I saw, where he kept the ball in play. He went about 20 yards out of play, latched onto it again and scored a wonder goal.
Yeah, he ran around Mark Bartra, didn't he, at the time?
I think that was a Copa del Rey final, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, yeah.
Here's Dembele. Some really good battles, subplots here, and Dembele against Mendy's another one of them, and you've already seen Vinicius against Araujo further back on that side of the pitch.
And what you would say is Dembele's playing on the right today. On Thursday against Betis, he had a really good game, but he played on the left-hand side of midfield. So it is a definite thing from Xavi to put him on the right, because he wants to fit Gavi and Pedri in and have a little bit more solidity in the middle of midfield. Different formations, really, in the semi-finals.
Benzema looking to keep it alive. He's turned 35 now. In fact, he turned 35 on the day of the World Cup final, which he would have hoped to be playing in a month or so beforehand, but injury ruled him out. "45 Clásicos for Sergio Busquets in that midfield. He's yet to score in one. Here he is on the ball now.
Yeah, if this is just to be his last year, Ian, like as expected.
Balde, teenage fullback who's made big strides this season. Now Gabi, flicked on by Lewandowski, and you wondered where that might end up.
A lovely ball by Gavi. I think it just gets a flick off the top of Militao's head, so therefore Lewandowski couldn't control it as much. Let's have a look. Oh no, he misses Militao. Lewandowski does get a touch. Very unlucky.
I think he had Courtois wondering whether that might just sneak into the top corner. Second Clásico this for Lewandowski. Didn't get too much joy in the meeting earlier on this season in the league. Busquets was just played into a little bit of trouble. This is Pedri. Well, wasn't what Dembele meant, but it worked. Busquets again. He's announced his retirement from international football now, after a long and distinguished career for Spain, or largely distinguished anyway. Pedri, lovely ball. Gavi trying to find a way through. Lewandowski! Oh, onto the post! Courtois just about did enough there to tip that onto the post.
Great save by Courtois. Balde then comes in and fluffs his lines and smashes it over. Gavi does really well, lays off to Lewandowski. He does exactly what you'd expect. Shot on target. And then it falls to Balde off the post, and he just slashes at it when he's got all the time in the world. Be calm. Relax. Have a touch if you want. As you can clearly see, he just gets in a bit of a muddle. Just rushes his shot.
As you said, he could have taken a touch there, couldn't he? Goal gaping in front of him. What an effort, though, by Lewandowski with that short backlift. Really good save by Courtois. Lewandowski so far has 19 goals in 21 games for his new club.
Not bad, is it?
No. Modric now. Araujo just picking up a bit of a knock. The president of Barcelona, Joan Laporta, has gone on record this morning as saying Barcelona, their morale is really high for this game, and they could be one up here.
Yeah, should have been one up. Great hit from Lewandowski. Good save from Courtois.
Painful one for Robert Lewandowski. He's certainly doing his part in Barcelona's attempted revival. Remember, they play against Manchester United in a playoff game to decide who goes into the last 16 of the Europa League. Barcelona knocked out in the group stage of the Champions League for the second year running. Inter Milan and Bayern Munich claiming the 2 places ahead of them in the group. They are a work in progress. Koundé now. Just a rare loose pass from Barcelona. Surrenders possession. Away by Antonio Rudiger. Barca quickly winning it back there. Bossing the early stages largely. Looked like a foul by Vinicius. He had a little hack, didn't he, there at Koundé?
Yeah, it was a foul, wasn't it? Nothing more, he just gets a bit of his foot.
Barca are 17 points better off than they were at this stage last season. Christensen. Dembele says, let me have it. Pedri helps it on. Here's Balde, had that wonderful opportunity, the 19-year-old. It was Valverde who's having to filter back to help out his defence, mainly so far. They just can't get out at the moment, Real.
You can see what they're doing, can't they? Real, Barcelona dictating the play. Real getting back into shape and going to wait and try and counter-attack like they did at the Bernabeu to a certain extent.
De Jong, you could see what the idea was. Carvajal doing enough.
I like the way Barca are trying to press down Madrid. High up the pitch, trying to win it back.
Have to be careful because, of course, Real Madrid have a couple of players who can cause a lot of trouble in Benzema and Vinicius Jr. Real Madrid have scored in every single match they've played this season, all 25. Vinicius to play it forward. Nodded back. This is well constructed so far. Mendy with the cross in, and Benzema! Normally he puts those away. Went for placement, just wide.
Yeah, he went back across the goalkeeper. We saw in his highlights real earlier on some of the great headers from last year in the Champions League. Good cross by Ferland. He's heading it back across where the goalkeepers just came from. Let's see how wide it was. Yeah. The right idea, wasn't it? It was just the wrong execution. Gets a good head on it as well.
Carvajal. Araujo gets it partly away anyway from the young Brazilian. Vinicius has become a major global star of the game over the last year or so. Fede Valverde likewise. Valverde, by the way, has scored in both recent meetings of these two, one in the Super Cup here last season, and the league game earlier on in this campaign at the Bernabeu. A tremendous goal it was too. A bit lucky to get away with that, Barcelona. Benzema normally puts those away.
He does, yeah.
Very similar to when he scored at Stamford Bridge, wasn't it, that chance? Dembele. Three young products of the La Masia Academy out there. Frankie de Jong. Militao got in the block, and then the cross beats everybody.
Yeah, Balde again. Lovely take from Frankie de Jong. This is a lovely ball in. Look at his take. Lets it roll across his body just to open himself up for the shot. And as it comes to Balde, I think that was a shot. It was, again, very rash.
And he's been much to the fore, hasn't he? Alex Balde in the early action here. He only made his La Liga debut 16 months ago.
He certainly trusts him, Xavi. He played at the Bernabeu this year, didn't he? He's playing again tonight. Jordi Alba on the bench.
And that's part of the evolution of the team.
Interesting to see what this Barcelona side looks like next year, Ian. There's going to be lots of people leaving, new people coming in. As I said, evolution.
One of those maybe leaving imminently is Memphis Depay, the former Manchester United striker, being heavily linked with a move to Atletico Madrid.
I think Frank Kessié could leave as well. Came in on a free contract. The amount of people they have on the bench, they can't be happy because a lot of them are not playing enough. You see Ferran Torres, Rafinha, Ansu Fati. These type of people all playing the same position.
And all the time they need to ease the wage bill, don't they?
Absolutely.
Gavi just about kept that in against all the odds, really. Ousmane Dembele cuts back, but it was behind Pedri. Again, that high press from Barcelona. We've seen it right from the word go here. Works for them. Dembele wants to take on Mendy. Mendy's not having it. Got back at him. Really good piece of defending.
It's better than Dembele, though. It's better. He went on his right foot this time, which he needs to. Mendy almost showed him down the line, daring him to go on his right foot. And when he does, he has to go. He's quick enough. See there, not many empty seats tonight, which is good to see.
The Spanish Super Cup at stake. Barcelona hold the record for wins, 13, Real 12 so far. Frankie de Jong to play this one in. Benzema. All a bit too tight. A lot of men around the ball. Barcelona, they emerge with it again. Pedri, such an artist to watch in action on the ball. Graceful and visionary.
Yeah, he's a lovely player, isn't he, Ian? Never panics when he's got the ball, even if he's marked. Just drops his shoulders, turns left, turns right, inside, outside of the foot. really lovely traits to have for a midfielder.
This club have only won one trophy in the last 3 years. That was the Copa del Rey 2021. Pedri. Tenacious defending by Real Madrid. They have been on the back foot for the most part. Camavinga. Now then, Vinicius. This time he can have a little run at the defence with a bit of room. Finds Modric. Benzema, was he onside? Just about.
Offside.
Yeah, the flag did go up. He looked offside. Of course, the official waited to see what developed.
Yeah, maybe better to try and pick out Vinicius. He runs a bit deeper. You see here with his run, Vinicius' run. But it was angled towards Benzema, who was clearly offside.
So no problem for Marc-Andre ter Stegen, who made 2 big penalty shootout saves the other night to make sure Barcelona did reach this final in the shootout against Real Betis. 350th Barcelona game, by the way, for ter Stegen tonight. And Courtois at the other end, making his 200th appearance for Real Madrid. Here's Eduardo Camavinga. Just a bit too much of Mendy. Carlo Ancelotti, I think, has made it known this will be his final job as a coach, and I think Real Madrid will keep him as long as he realistically wants the job, unless he suddenly becomes a bad manager. I don't think that's going to happen, is it? He's won all 6 trophies he could win as a Real Madrid coach, in 2 spells, of course.
Yeah, I think they're very happy with him, aren't they? It'll just give Raúl as well a bit more experience in Real Madrid's second team, Real Madrid Castilla, of course. Until he's available maybe for the job. Of course, the talk of Xabi Alonso's getting experience over in Germany. So they've certainly got a raft of ex-players lining up if Carlo just stepped down.
He's got his son, hasn't he? Davide as his assistant.
Yep.
Chances at both ends. So it's a loose one that time from Benzema. Lewandowski's got a little bit of a sore rib by the look of it.
You don't want to be losing him. When he didn't play last week against Atletico, they were a little bit bare up top.
Of course, he's suspended, isn't he, for the next 2 league games against Getafe and Girona, completing his 3-match domestic suspension, which does not apply in this competition. Fell on Mendy. Have Real just weather that initial storm from Barcelona?
Yeah, they have dropped a little bit deeper, haven't they, Barca now?
Frankie de Jong and Busquets. The club trying to prove there is life after Lionel Messi. To say so far they could call the season a success, being top of La Liga, but they won't like the early Champions League exit. That's the other flip side of the coin, as Araujo comes forward. Now Dembele. There's defending, good enough again. Karim Benzema. Aim towards Vinicius. Went for the gap, didn't he? We've seen that so many times from him over the last year, and often it's worked, not that time.
Yeah, he did well, Sergio Busquets, getting across and helping out Koundé. Because he was in all kinds of trouble there, Jules Koundé. When he controlled the ball, Vinicius, he was by the touchline. He ends up driving into the penalty area, attacking Koundé. Thankfully, Busquets came across and helped him.
Here's Pedri. Dembele having another dart at Mendy, who pushes him to one side. And there's a yellow card for that.
Yeah, it was a foul here, and actually he didn't need to do it, Mendy, because if anything, Dembele's touch just went across him. That touch here wasn't great. So Mendy doesn't have to push him. But again, he showed him down that right-hand side. Dembele took it. And he's got Ferland Mendy thinking now which way he's going to go. Left or right. Especially on a yellow card.
Pass a set piece. Pedri in charge of it. Courtois was first there with his fist. He needed to be as well. And because there's a head knock here, the referee's going to stop the play.
Yeah,
it's Rudiger.
Yeah, Tony Rudiger. He's okay, brave in there. Lovely ball in by Pedri. In between the defenders and the goalkeeper. Just collides with his own man.
Yeah, I think he got a right jab there, didn't he? Rudiger.
Yeah, it was only a jab, though.
Not many people would argue with him.
No, he's okay.
Yeah. Tough guy, isn't he? Of course, there was that issue the other night with Eder Militao when he went off with what looked like concussion, but thorough tests proved that he was okay. He wasn't concussed. So he plays here. Lewandowski to play this in, and Gavi is there to put Barcelona ahead. Massive moment for the youngster and for Barca.
Yeah, and it was a good goal. He was onside. It was a brilliant ball by Robert Lewandowski. But Madrid try and play out here, and they get caught. Barcelona's press here. It's an awful ball by Ferland Mendy into Camavinga, but they're quick into Lewandowski by Pedri. Lewandowski feeds Gavi. Lovely first touch away from Dani Carvajal. Just slides it past Courtois, who's got no chance. Brilliant by the youngster. Great individual goal by Barca. Deadlock's been broken.
A first ever Clasico goal for 18-year-old Gavi. Superbly taken. It all came from a mistake in the Real Madrid defence. Barca don't care about that. They lead 1-0, and his fairy tale goes on and on.
Yeah, you see what it meant to Gavi, and you see what it meant to the rest of his teammates. The aggression when he scored, the celebration. This means a lot. The mutual dislike for each other.
I think dislike's putting it mildly, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yes.
It's well over a century, really, of fear and loathing, I think.
Definitely, yeah.
With all manner of political overtones to it. Barca playing with something of a swagger. Balde pushing forward all the time down that left-hand side. Gavi again. Lewandowski's layoff towards Pedri. Wouldn't mind betting that Erik ten Hag, the Manchester United manager's having a little peep at this tonight, having a look at Barcelona ahead of that big playoff confrontation, which comes up in the middle of February. Lewandowski with an assist this time. He's still waiting for his first Clasico goal. Dembele to fizz one. They've kept it in. Jules Koundé. Sweet football, isn't it, from Barcelona? One touch. Some move this. How many passes? Probably 25, 30. Dembele playing it back in. Camavinga getting it away, but at the moment, Real Madrid finding it hard to get the kind of foothold in the game they would want.
Yeah. Very one-dimensional at the moment, Madrid. Just waiting to counter. But Barcelona have had far too much of the ball for Madrid's liking, and they're playing very well, full of confidence.
It's Eduardo Camavinga again, but Real Madrid surrendering possession. They've just lost their way in the game at the moment. You would say the reigning Spanish champions and European champions, and Pedri rather went through very, very easily there. Eder Militao. Do Real Madrid need half-time and a rethink?
Well, the youngsters of Barca are running that midfield. Pedri, Gavi, of course, with the help of Frenkie de Jong and Busquets. They're running all over the three of Real Madrid, and Kroos, Modric and Camavinga.
Kroos. One thing Real Madrid won't do, though, is panic. We saw it time and time again in the Champions League last season, how they rode the rough patches to prevail. Barcelona and Xavi will be well aware of that particular quality. Valverde. Corner given away by Frenkie de Jong. Lots of support for both of these two famous clubs in this King Fahd Stadium in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Aimed towards Benzema. Frenkie de Jong won the header. Kroos. Araujo with a very good defensive header. Eder Militao unable to control it.
Yeah, here's the goal again. Poor by Ferland Mendy into Camavinga. Lovely ball by Lewandowski. Pedri into Lewandowski into Gavi. Goal.
As you said, what a great first touch from Gavi to get it away from the defender.
Yeah, lets it run across his body. I mean, Ferland Mendy was not having the best time in the Real Madrid shirt. He was poor against Villarreal in their defeat. And that wasn't his finest moment there, that pass.
Modric goes for the 1-2. Balde looking to hold him off. Nearly 20 years age difference between those two. Kroos. Carvajal kept it alive anyway. Remember, Barcelona have the best defence in La Liga. They've only let in 6 goals this season, but 3 of those were against Real Madrid. Last 5 minutes of this first half, which Barcelona have rather dominated. Carvajal is robbed by goal scorer Gavi, and gets the free kick as well. Gives me a chance to remind you, we've got a great game coming up for you next Saturday from 11:30 AM on BT Sport 1 and Ultimate. Liverpool, who badly need the points, in some disarray at the moment, at home to Chelsea from Anfield. And the date for your diary, January the 28th at 7 o'clock, a great light heavyweight clash. World champion Artur Beterbiev of Russia against Britain's Anthony Yard. And a second world title attempt for him. Beterbiev, who holds the WBC, WBA and IBF titles. That's on January the 28th. Rudiger with the header away. In the recent defeat against Villarreal, I think Ancelotti said after that game he wasn't that happy about the defending. Now letting in a few at the moment. And here's Vinicius. Balde hacks it away from him. Dembele trying to dance through. He had Pedri in space to his right and Lewandowski to his left. Now they've seen Lewandowski. Here he is. Fascinating contest. Interesting to see whether Ancelotti tweaks it in the second half, how Real go about trying to retrieve this.
And they haven't really done anything in forward positions. Yes, they had that Karim Benzema header, but apart from that, for a team that's free scoring in La Liga, Madrid have created very, very little this evening. So whether that means Rodrigo comes on, whether it means tweaking of the formation to put another midfielder in, Carlo will have to do something to liven the team up.
Could have had another one as well, Barcelona. That really good save from Courtois to deny Lewandowski, and then Balde with the goal yawning and gaping in front of him, blasting it wide rather wastefully. Forward by Araujo. Just not rhyming in that midfield, is it, for Real? Don't forget we've got Owen Hargreaves and Michael Owen. With the half-time analysis coming up on this game as De Jong plays this one through. Gavi and Lewandowski waiting in the middle. Easy for him. 2-0 Barcelona. Like shelling peas, that one. And Lewandowski now has his first ever goal in a Clasico.
Yeah, an assist from Gavi. This time into Lewandowski. And you mentioned Madrid defensively in. Have a look at this when they both go and try and close down Frankie de Jong. Militao, where is he going? Carvajal at the same time. They leave acres of space, but all credit to Gavi. Takes his time, has a touch. Rudiger has to try and close him down to shut the angle down, but Gavi puts it on a plate for Robert, the goal Lewandowski, who is not going to miss from 3 yards out. Barca 2-0 up on the stroke of half-time.
20 goals already for Robert Lewandowski in the Barcelona shirt. That's 20 goals in 21 and a half matches. No more than Barca deserve, really, on what we've seen.
See, he's holding his chest again, his ribs. As you said, Ian, he is suspended for the next couple of La Liga games, so whether he can get through this. Big 15 minutes for Carlo and his boys.
It'll be interesting to see whether he comes out for the second half, Lewandowski. As you say, he's got some time off coming up in La Liga anyway. It reminded me of that phrase our colleague Glenn Hoddle always used to use. That was served sunny side up, wasn't it, for Lewandowski by Gavi.
Poor defensively though, wasn't it, Ian? Both defenders going for the one ball that they were not going to get.
Carvajal wanted the action to continue, but the referee is blown for half-time. Barcelona in rampant form. Problems for Carlo Ancelotti. Gavi and then Robert Lewandowski scoring their first ever goals in Clasico matches, and Barcelona leading by 2-0 at half-time. Another look at the second one. Gavi with a goal and an assist. The 18-year-old has been a star. What do Real Madrid do about it in the second half? Well, we'll find out pretty soon. But at half-time in Saudi Arabia, in the Super Cup final, it's Real Madrid 0, Barcelona 2.
X is for XG.
Barcelona lead 2-0 in the final of the Super Cup. 18-year-old Gavi opening the scoring with his first El Clasico goal before he set up Robert Lewandowski for his 20th of the season in all competitions. And they are in complete control out in Saudi Arabia. Michael Owen and Owen Hargreaves watching alongside me. And Owen, do you think Xavi is getting the better of the tactical master in Ancelotti here?
Well, so far, I mean, not many people do, but we've seen in the Champions League they've been able to bounce back. But playing Araujo at right back, normally a centre back against Vinicius Junior. Playing Gavi, normally a central midfield player, as a winger, you know, and they've got control of the game. Real Madrid haven't created anything, Michael. So you'd have to say for 45 minutes, Xavi's he's leading the charge.
He is, absolutely. He was a master of outnumbering other teams' midfields in his day. It felt just, you were dizzy playing against teams like Barcelona with all those midfield players. And they are the control in that battle. Real Madrid simply can't get the ball to their key players, and that's what they have to do if they're going to get back into this. Vinicius and Benzema, they've hardly had a kick yet. Benzema's had one sighter on goal. Tried to obviously head it back where it came from, just went wide of the post, but they need to get their important players on the ball. But Barcelona at the moment, they're keeping the ball and they're not giving it, so they can't do much about it.
They're so solid defensively, aren't they, as well? We spoke about it before the match started. Just 6 conceded all season, albeit 3 of those were from Real Madrid.
Such a remarkable statistic, and you think about with Araujo and Koundé and Christensen, you know, and Balde from the academy, you wouldn't say, you know, world-class individual defenders, but obviously in front of Ter Stegen, they've done an exceptional job. And again, Real, with all those super players there, they didn't really look like scoring. So, but I think they can hang in there, Real. And if they get another goal back, then we have game on.
So far, Barcelona really enjoying themselves in this final. The second half on the way. There's also plenty of continental football. Here on BT Sport on 2, Jose Mourinho's Roma are playing Fiorentina in Rome, and a Ligue 1 Rennes are playing the French champions PSG on 3. But now I'm going to hand you back to your commentary team for the second half. It's back to Steve McManaman and Ian Dark.
Yeah, thanks, Lindsay. There's Rodrigo, the young Brazilian. Predictably, he's going to be brought on as they try to chase this game, and we think it's Eduardo Camavinga who's going to make way, with Valverde dropping back into midfield. Big job for Real Madrid, who will have to do a lot better than they did in that first half. Goals by Gavi, who, by the way, became the youngest ever scorer in the Spanish Super Cup at 18 years and 163 days old, and he's the 3rd youngest scorer in Clásicos, behind Ansu Fati and Raul. So a little bit of a landmark for him as well. Barcelona, well, they'll just want more of the same, won't they?
Yeah, they were in complete control. They got the goals that they deserved. It's up to Madrid to do something to get themselves back into the game. But Barcelona were excellent in that first half. Dominant performance.
So on comes Rodrigo, who celebrated his 22nd birthday a few days ago. Recently scored the winner in a cup game against the 3rd-tier side, Casarino. Pretty heavy weather of that, just a 1-0 win, as did Barcelona, beating a team called Intercity, also in the 3rd division, 4-3. Went to extra time.
Went to extra time, yeah. It was a hat-trick scored, wasn't he, by the Intercity centre-forward, Olivia. Once he scored in a hat-trick against Barcelona.
Yeah.
3rd-tier team in Spain.
They might get 1 or 2 offers for him, I think, after that. This Carvajal. Militao. Bit of a problem for Real Madrid with their defence just lately. They certainly are missing David Alaba today. You can see the lack of authority in the defence when he's not around.
Very much so. Big mistake initially by Rudiger. Poor ball in, didn't get back. And then Dani Carvajal and Eder Militao for the 2nd goal. Rudiger not getting across to try and close the space for Gavi. So yeah, lots of problems. Need rectifying quickly.
Need to find a couple of goals from somewhere. Remember, extra time and penalties if necessary. We've needed penalties in both the previous games in this Super Cup so far. Rudiger to play it wide. Vinicius looking for the 1-2. Links up well with Modric and Benzema usually. But this is a new season, and people have seen how those 2 or 3 players work together and make plans to combat it. Balde. Valverde's challenge is penalised. Called up very late to Spain's World Cup squad. Balde did get on as well. Busquets, 701st appearance now.
Yeah, superstar.
He's on to the next 100, isn't he, for Barca?
Superstar. You think this will be his last year? If he does play in the Clásico, he'll lead that illustrious list of 46 times above Leo, above Sergio Ramos and the likes. Incredible achievement from him.
Going to get the 2nd yellow card for Christensen, and that's why.
Yeah, easy enough, wasn't it? Quite cynical.
Modric for Real Madrid, and then Toni Kroos, who says he wants to end his career with Real. Lewandowski.
Oh, that pass was on, wasn't it? Again, Rudiger getting caught out with an awful ball forwards.
Frankie de Jong working away with Pedri. Pedri seems to have been around quite a while. He's still only 20. Personnel might have changed a little bit from Messi's time, but that same style is there, the trademark 4-3-3 and the endless passing routines. Busquets looking to play one round the corner to exploit Dembele's pace, but he's not that quick even. I'm sure Xavi will have warned his players, won't he, Steve, about a possible backlash from Real Madrid in the start of the second half.
And if you go back to the game on Thursday, Ian, when they played Betis, they slowed down in the second half, didn't they, and allowed Betis back in the game. I know they're 2-0 up here, and it won't have the same resonance, of course, because they're playing Madrid, but they have to keep the same type of tempo up, the same manner of control.
Barca, who have another Copa del Rey game coming up in midweek, away to Quetta. It's a hectic old schedule, isn't it?
Yeah.
For all the clubs, of course, in this unique year. How about this burst of pace from Alex Balde?
Lovely ball.
Dembele, great ball. Is he going to finish it? No, the legs of Courtois do the job for Real Madrid, but that was sublime from the young fullback Balde.
Yeah, just pace to go past Dani Carvajal. Chose the wrong pass. Chose the right pass, excuse me, into Ousmane Dembele. Good first touch, just doesn't convert with his right foot. But Courtois kept Real Madrid in the game. He could have been out of sight, Barca.
Courtois only kept 2 clean sheets in 10 meetings with Barcelona in Clásicos. Real Madrid, remember, it's worth remembering as well, they have scored in every game this season. They would expect to do so at some point here, but there hasn't been an awful lot of sign of it, not yet. Lewandowski hits the floor. Referee just tells him to get up. Forward by Dani Carvajal, not accurately though. And once you give the ball away to this Barcelona side, it's quite hard to get it back again.
But look at that midfield, and look at the space in there for the Barcelona players. There's options all the time. Real Madrid have to get closer to them, try and put pressure on the ball. It's so easy to pick a pass.
Mentioned the Copa del Rey. Villarreal waiting again for Real Madrid in the next round. That's not easy, is it?
No, it's not easy at all. Quetta should be okay for Barcelona. They're the lowest ranked team left in the tournament. That shouldn't be an issue. But Villarreal beat Real last week in the league. It's going to be difficult for them. They don't need to get knocked out of the Copa del Rey, Madrid, if they lose again tonight. The pressure will start to mount.
Yeah, if they lost here, Real Madrid, it would be 4 defeats in 10 matches, which is not like them. Araujo looking to drop one in behind for Dembele. Rudiger's there this time. First time Rudiger's started in a Clásico. He only played 3 minutes of the La Liga clash earlier on in the campaign. Barcelona-Manchester United clash is going to be fascinating, that playoff match. Manchester United themselves, of course, in pretty hot form. Dembele takes on Rudiger, cuts it back. Carvajal is there. There were 3 players in those blue and grenadine stripes, as they're officially known, of Barcelona. Again, sloppy. Ball given away. Busquets. Lewandowski gets there first. And again, the legs of Courtois prevent another Barca goal.
Yeah, difficult chance because the angle was quite acute. It was Rodrigo this time giving the ball away very sloppily, and look at the amount of share. It's just the simple run by Lewandowski. Courtois narrows the angle down, but no pressure on the ball yet again.
It's a bit of a cliche, but it looks to be true here. Barcelona look like they want this a bit more, don't they?
They look younger, they look as if they're a bit more hungry, they look as if they've got more energy in. You can't blame the weather, not tonight.
It's been cool during the week here for the semi-final games, a bit warmer. 16 degrees for the final itself. Not that much different to Spain, in fact.
Not at all.
A bit warmer than England, that's for certain.
Everywhere's warmer than England.
Eder Militao, that's more of what Real Madrid want, a bit more pressure on the ball. Because he's seen it all before, and he's seen his side come out of some pretty deep holes to prevail in recent times. Rudiger there with a header. He has scored a couple of times already in the all-white of Real Madrid.
Yeah, marshalled by Frenkie de Jong and Andreas Christensen here. He was onside, just do enough to get around and try and put him off. Does well, Frenkie de Jong.
At least it was the hint of something,
yeah,
for Real Madrid. Has to be said, Real Betis gave that defence more of a workout the other night in the semi, didn't they? Here's Dembele. Gavi's made that little run to his right. Kroos to bring it away, but he's dispossessed. Balde was there quickly. It was a bit of a wasteful ball in after he'd done so well to win it. Off the outside of the boot for Vinicius. His kind of situation, this. And Benzema, ball got rather stuck under his feet.
Yeah, once Vinicius comes into the pitch, just starts to lose control of the ball. The pass to Benzema wasn't good enough.
Carvajal to Modric. Kroos. Goes harmlessly out of play.
But you see there, Ian, nobody in the box, only Benzema as the cross comes in. There's the chance before. Balde just using his pace. Flies past Dani Carvajal.
He tried to stop him, he couldn't.
Yeah, lovely ball to Dembele, one touch. He scored with his right foot against Atletico Madrid. Not this time past Courtois. Did everything right, it's just a really good save.
Here's Carvajal. Real Madrid looking to just up the tempo a little. And they need to do that as well. And the two groans from the Real Madrid contingent in the seats.
Not a lot of tempo, is there, Ian? Not a lot of tempo. Barcelona have got them where they want them. They're just dropping now.
Carvajal trying to find Rodrigo. They haven't managed to get him into the game since he came on, not yet. Got 8 goals this season, which is a pretty fair return for a player who only got 3 in his first 64 games for the club.
Yeah, you see Alex Balde was just waiting for the contact, and he fell for it. Rodrigo fell for it, falls over, wins the foul, eases the pressure.
He's taken the eye today, Alex Balde. His family are from the Dominican Republic, but he's a Spanish international. Barcelona looking to maintain the intensity of their display. Modric just with us. Modric, who had a busy and deep run again at the World Cup with Croatia. Once again, he was their inspiration. Seems ageless. Rodrigo. Then Benzema. Vinicius. A dummy, but nobody to take advantage. By the way, Benzema has scored in his last 5 games in this competition.
Carlo, as you can see, he was out of his technical area having a shout at Vinicius Junior. And again, needs to be more secure with the ball.
Araujo. Dembele all tight on that touchline. Interested to see if there are any new arrivals with Barcelona this January. They say they'll only make a signing if a surprise opportunity presents itself. There has been some talk of Aubameyang going back there.
Yep.
Because it's not working out for him at Chelsea, is it?
No, not at all, no. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if people were to leave Barcelona, as I said. When you read the list of substitutions tonight, and people who can't even get on the bench. They had a lot of free contracts come in who haven't really played a part, so they could leave if they wanted to. Get some money back into the coffers.
Frankie de Jong. He got heavy criticism for not wanting to leave and help the club financially, didn't he, back in the autumn? But he's a fixture in the team again.
Oh, yeah, they treated him abominably, didn't they? Let's be honest. It was a real mess they had in the summer, very unseemly at times.
Picked up by Pedri. Seems to have all the time in the world out there, doesn't he?
Yep.
Araujo towards Dembele. And then be able to break that up. But no real sign of a Real Madrid comeback in this game, and we're past the hour mark. Dani Ceballos there, who had that long loan with Arsenal. Going to come into the midfield, see if he can just pep up Real Madrid. I think he'll bring a bit of energy to proceedings in there, won't he?
See where Benzema is, though, Ian, trying to pick up the ball just to get a touch, dropping so deep.
Here he is now, linking up with Vinicius. Rodrigo. Vinicius again, Benzema. That was Real Madrid's best move of the game.
Now, when they start to do things one touch with pace, that's when they look dangerous. It's all been a bit pedestrian-like.
There's Valverde. You combine that with a couple of shaky moments in defence, and you've got the scoreline you have in front of you. Barcelona, of course, are very happy with that scoreline and look to keep the 2-goal cushion intact. I think those faces tell a story.
Yeah.
Luka Modric is going to come off. Barcelona will see that as a little triumph, won't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Ceballos to replace him. They will have to look after him a little bit, won't they, now manage his game time?
I think
Modric.
so. I think so.
I mean, he's as fit as a fiddle, isn't he? But and as strong by all accounts. Tremendous trainer. Pedri. They continue to work the angles to Barcelona. Balde. Got a little bit tight there. Just about managed to keep that away from Benzema. Carlo Ancelotti is 5 wins, 4 defeats in Clásicos as a coach. At the moment, looks like that might go to 5-5, but I don't think anybody's counting any chickens yet here. Ceballos is back heel. Vinicius on one of those runs. Mendy was moving a bit uneasily as he went for that.
Yeah, again, it was nice, just overhit by Vinicius Junior in the end. You can see how much that man's done tonight, Ian. How many saves has Ter Stegen made? Absolutely none, I think.
He's been a virtual spectator, hasn't he, for most of it.
The Benzema header just went wide. Apart from that, he's had the easiest Clásico. He's certainly had the easiest 66 minutes of a Clásico he's ever had.
He's got 12 clean sheets in 16 matches in La Liga this season. Three-quarter point of the game. Barcelona still looking in comfortable control of this.
See, that's easy, isn't it, to get to that position?
Dembele up against Rudiger here. Tries to turn him inside out. This time Rudiger's the winner, and anyway a flag goes up.
He was just offside, Dembele, when he made the run, but how easy was it just to play forwards from Barca and put him through?
I think that's yellow for Araujo. No doubts about that one.
Yeah, he just blocks off Vinicius, easy enough for the ref.
Well, Eder Militao goes for that, doesn't get anywhere near it. Real opportunity here. Lewandowski to Gavi. 3-0. Pedri arriving, converts it, and Barcelona are running away with this. It's a bit of a humiliation for Real Madrid.
Yes, it is. Pounced upon yet again. This time from a really poor Dani Ceballos pass across midfield. This ball here, you're taking chances when you do that. Militao out of play. Lewandowski into Gavi. Gavi across into Pedri.
Checking it for a possible offside here.
Yeah, we presume it's on Pedri, Ian Army, so we'll wait and see.
That's not going to tell us, is it, that angle?
It says check complete, Ian, it must be okay.
Yeah, check complete. Pedri's goal will count. First Clasico goal for him as well. Well, there has been a yawning gap between the two sides tonight. It's certainly one to forget for Real Madrid, this. Well, checking Gavi there.
Yeah.
No problem with Pedri.
Nope.
If there had been an offside, it would have been Gavi.
Yeah, he just slows his run up, doesn't he? Again, a goal and 2 assists for Gavi. Really good night for him.
Vinicius trying to do something about it. What a run from the Brazilian. Brilliant piece of play. Couldn't quite finish it off. Kroos is going to have a go. No problem at all for ter Stegen, who might be actually grateful for a bit of work to do.
Yeah, just warms his hands up a little bit, ter Stegen. Shot from Toni Kroos, right down the middle.
There's no doubt about it, Real Madrid are rattled. This is a bit of an ego bruiser.
Oh, yes. Big wake-up call for Madrid. They dominated them in the first Clasico at the Bernabeu. But since then, Barca have gone top. They're clear by 3 points. And Barcelona are on the process of giving them a hammering here in Saudi Arabia.
Barcelona haven't won the Super Cup since 2018 when they beat Sevilla. Nacho's going to come on, by the way, in a minute. It's Carvajal, frustrations showing, and Marco Asensio as well. In the past, Asensio scored in both legs of a Real Madrid win against Barcelona in the final, the 2017 final. Kroos coming off as well. So that's 2 of the old guard midfield, isn't it? Yeah. Kroos and Modric substituted tonight.
Yep.
So just a little bit of a problem for Real Madrid in this phase of the season for them, and a bit of hard thinking for Carlo Ancelotti maybe to do. They've just looked a beat or 2 off it, haven't they from the word go tonight? He'll know it, of course.
They have, Ian. They look a little bit slow, don't they? All bit, you're scared to say it, but a little bit old with this very young, fit, energetic Barcelona side led by a 20-year-old and an 18-year-old who've been outstanding tonight.
Well, it's been a man of the match display from Gavi, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So far, the 18-year-old who, just to reiterate, has become the youngest scorer in Super Cup history in Spain. What a career he should have in front of him. He's cut out some of the yellow cards as well, hasn't he now? Got booked an awful lot in his first season diving into challenges. I think they probably had a word about that.
Yeah, he doesn't need to, Ian, because he'll get himself injured, and he's too good. He's too good. You want him fitting well all the time. He doesn't need to tackle.
His Nacho's just come on. Asensio on that good left foot of his. He can hit them. It was not a bad effort.
At least he takes the shot on with a bit of purpose, cutting inside. He's only just entered the field, but at least he's being positive.
Always seems to be on the fringe of things, doesn't he, though, for Real Asensio, much to his frustration. Benzema trying to find Rodrigo. Vinicius has just come inside for a moment or two to see if he can do some damage off that left wing. Lewandowski battling away for it with Eder Militao. Referee's happy enough with that. Maybe sees that as 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah, I think he does.
They meet again in La Liga, by the way, and it could be a crucial one on March the 19th.
Yeah.
It'll be at the Camp Nou. Barcelona at home. I wonder how the league positions will look then. Vinicius again, he's trying to do something about it. He's gone on a few eye-catching solo runs since he went to 3-0. The Barcelona fans who've had their frustrations over the last couple of years will be enjoying this.
Oh yes, they will. Really rubbing it in. You can hear the Olays ringing out even in Riyadh. And look at this, no pressure on the ball, plenty of options, just popping it round.
And you can hear the cheers from the Barcelona contingent. And you will know, Steve, as an ex-Real Madrid player who scored in a Clásico in the Champions League semi-final, how much this will be hurting Real Madrid.
Oh, yes. And the fans, Ian. They won't get a good reception when they get back to Spain, when they get back to Madrid. Not even laying a glove on them here.
Now going through the party pieces, look at that from Busquets.
But no one's close to him, Ian, to Busquets. Look, all day long. Just popping it off, give me the ball, I'll lay it here, move here. And in the end, out of sheer frustration, Rodrigo goes and kicks him.
Well, they've been toying with Real Madrid over the last couple of minutes. Not taking the mickey, but just knocking the ball around sweetly and saying, well, we're quite enjoying ourselves here.
And why not when you're 3-0 up? This Madrid playing that was handball, but it does hit Frenkie de Jong on the hand, but it's not deliberate handball, not at all. Clutching at straws.
Wants a word with Gavi and Ceballos. No further yellow cards administered.
There's the goal, Ian. Is it offside? As you can clearly see, great run by Gavi. He's always looking across, holds his run up, make sure he's onside.
It's a great graphic, isn't it?
Yeah. And then yet again, Rudiger not getting tight enough, has to make that extra yard across, try and cut the angle down so you can't get a cross into the box. What's been the story of this game? Madrid had just been off it.
Looks simple when you see that graphic, but there's been nothing simple about the offside discussions this weekend.
Oh no, no.
Manchester derby. There's Rafinha. He's in his first season with the club, but at the moment, not first choice.
No, it's not first choice. Been very hit and miss, coming on the field for Dembele.
I wonder whether Arsenal, who've been foiled in their attempts to sign Mykhailo Mudryk, has gone to Chelsea instead, whether they might be maybe interested in looking at Rafinha. There are one or two reports to that effect. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think with their financial problems, players are available at Barcelona. And as I said before, the fact that they've got Dembele, Ansu Fati's fit now, they've got Ferran Torres, they've certainly got enough bodies there to let one go. And it could be Rafinha if the price is right.
The thing with Torres is he's got a few goals in him, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Doesn't get on that much. Ceballos playing the 1-2. Better from Real Madrid. Oh, fantastic save. Nearly getting back into it. Rodrigo's effort.
Yeah, nice hit from Rodrigo. Vinicius Junior was just in on his left if he wanted to, but he took the shot on. Good save by ter Stegen.
It's Nacho. I'm surprised if he's got the legs of Balde to get that. Barcelona's ball. Well, he's been a spectator for most of the night, but he was pulled into this save here by Rodrigo.
Yeah, moved a little bit. Simple enough for ter Stegen with his left hand. Yeah, he gets it. He's there, isn't he? Plenty of time. He's there. He just hits him down on the wrist, really. Nice and strong.
This is the 9th time these two clubs have met in the Super Cup, and Real Madrid have won 7 of the previous 8. Barcelona's only win was back in 2012. 5-4 on aggregate. Looks like they're going to be improving that statistic here.
Oh, yeah. And deservedly so.
Ten minutes to go. Been a stellar night for Barcelona, this. Is there a bit of the World Cup factor in it, do you think, for Real Madrid? They had 12 players at the World Cup, but Barca had 17.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that should be an issue. Madrid have got a couple of injuries, you would say. Probably Alaba and Tchouaméni would have been in the starting 11, where Barcelona haven't, but still, I don't think there's any excuses.
Barcelona might not be finished yet. Lewandowski's got his goal. Koundé. Frenkie de Jong was caught late there. There'll be a yellow card for Valverde.
Yeah, a bit of frustration. Again, Koundé into Frenkie de Jong, he just flips it round the corner.
We've not seen a lot of Valverde tonight, have we?
No. Not at all. I could say that for a number of Real Madrid players, to be honest, Ian. The Ballon d'Or winner, Benzema, has been very quiet, as is Vinicius Junior. Defensively, they certainly haven't been good enough, Madrid.
And another masterly performance in midfield from Sergio Busquets, and this is 45th Clásico.
Oh, it's incredible, isn't it? He's talking about it maybe his last year at Barca, following Piqué out, yet he's been imperious tonight.
Ceballos.
Oh, lovely.
Another chance for Barca to counter. Frenkie de Jong playing with great authority in midfield. When you see him in this kind of mood, you can understand why Erik ten Hag was so keen to sign him for Manchester United.
Yeah.
Another player waiting for his first Clásico goal. Here's Fede Valverde, trying to feed it through to Vinicius, who'd made that angled run. Gavi. There they are together, those youngsters. Pedri, Gavi, Balde. I'm struggling to recall a pass from Pedri that didn't find its target throughout the whole game. Here's de Jong. Look at the space they've got to operate in here. No real pressure on the ball from Real Madrid, who have the look of a side who just want this over now.
Yep.
Pedri's little clip through to Lewandowski. You'd have to say it. They look a very good side here tonight, don't they?
They've been very impressive, Ian. Very impressive. And they look as if they're getting better and better as a team now that they're settled in and all the players know the positions. And at the beginning of the season, it was all a bit of a mess because they had so many new players and so many problems, but they've got down to a way of playing. They've got down to the best 11 stroke 3-4 subs. They don't deviate from that, and they've gone on a really, really good run, and they are impressive.
Yeah, this will be 9 games unbeaten in the current round as well for them. So it's a big job, isn't it, that Manchester United have when they play them in that playoff game. Here's Vinicius again. Asensio. Real Madrid know that the business end of the season, though, comes in April and May, and they'll look to be in far better working order by then. Of course, they often have been. Nacho. Ooh, and that about sums it up for Real Madrid tonight. Don't forget, we've got a really good game for you coming up on Saturday from the Premier League from Anfield. Liverpool, who've slipped into the middle of the table, at home to Chelsea. That's live on BT Sport 1 and Ultimate from 11:30 AM next Saturday morning. And a date for your diary, January the 28th, for that big fight between Artur Beterbiev from Russia, the world champion, against Britain's Anthony Yard at light heavyweight. So, tasty looking match, that one. Frankie de Jong is going off. Stylish from him tonight. And there's Franck Kessié. Helped Milan to win the title in Italy, but he can't get in the Barca team, can he?
No. And Eric Garcia has just entered the pitch as well, Ian, for, as you can see, one of the Rajo's gone off. Had a really good night.
Xavi is on his way to his first trophy as the Barcelona coach, and he'll want more. Lewandowski's seen the keeper off his line and is trying his luck from a long way out, and why not?
Yeah, why not? 3-0 up with 5 minutes to go. Didn't hit it correctly, but yet another mistake from Madrid defensively.
How worrying is this for Real Madrid?
I don't necessarily think it's worrying, because we've seen teams come back after the World Cup and look at a little bit of disarray. In the past, Madrid have struggled in January, funnily enough, and they're certainly struggling at this moment in time, but we've seen them too many times. They bounce back into form. They've got a huge amount of experience. But this is a painful defeat from them, and the fact that they are chasing Barcelona in La Liga, and the next Clásico is going to be at the Nou Camp, they could have problems.
Koundé couldn't get it away. Vinicius picks it up again. He's tried to make something happen over the last 10 minutes or so. Benzema never really got into it tonight. Valverde looking for one of those 25-yard shots that we know he has in his locker.
He's played too deep, hasn't he, Benzema?
Barcelona can just sit on this now, because they're going to be picking up a trophy in a few minutes' time. They want to follow it up with the La Liga crown, which they haven't won over the last 3 seasons, and that would be symbolic for them, really, to deliver that particular crown without Messi.
Yeah, that would be the big one, Ian, definitely.
Nice ball in towards Benzema, and Eric Garcia was there just to get an important foot in. Are Real Madrid going to fail to score for the first time this season? Rather looks like it.
Yeah. It's been a big week for Barcelona to go to Atletico Madrid at the Metropolitano and win in La Liga, and then to come to Saudi Arabia and go home with the Super Cup. There he is. There's the main man.
Yeah.
Man of the match as far as I'm concerned. Going off, Ansu Fati on.
He scored that fantastic goal the other night. That volley, cross shot against Real Betis. Sergi Roberto as well, long-serving, versatile player. Out for the last few seconds of this. Nacho tried his luck with the header. To Vinicius again, and now Dani Ceballos. Valverde. Real Madrid just looking for a little late bit of consolation at least, because that's all it can be now. But it's been all too late, really, from them.
Yeah. Be interesting to see how Real Madrid respond, Ian. As you said, they've got Villarreal away in the Copa del Rey, then they've got a difficult game next week against Athletic Bilbao, away from home. It's never easy.
Here's Benzema. Comfortable save for Ter Stegen. I'm just thinking, the referee's a dentist tonight. This has been like pulling teeth for Real Madrid.
Hasn't it just?
Sergio Roberto was chasing that one down. Lewandowski still wants another goal. Free kick is given. It's all academic now. They've already started the celebrations there on the Barcelona bench. Hugs for Gavi for his superb display tonight. Goal and 2 assists, so he's involved in all 3 of the Barcelona goals. Back by Eric Garcia. And it's party time for Barcelona.
Yeah, a lot of those players haven't experienced lifting trophies, Ian. So they'll certainly enjoy this one, especially against their rivals.
They've kept the ball brilliantly all night. Asensio picks it up here for Real Madrid. It's going to be a 14th Super Cup triumph for Barcelona. That is a record in Spain. Here's Rodrigo towards Benzema. Late urgency from Real Madrid, but it's come with the game gone, basically. Valverde. Then Ceballos. Nearly getting the goal. Benzema does score late on. And I tell you what, Ter Stegen was absolutely furious about that they didn't get the clean sheet. Real Madrid do get one back by way of a late consolation.
Yeah, it's Benzema again getting on the score sheet, keeping his run going. Into Dani Ceballos, who pulls it back, picks out Benzema. Good stop initially from Ter Stegen, couldn't do anything about the second. Outside the right foot, always curling away from Ter Stegen by Benzema. Good hit off him.
Which means he scored in 6 Super Cup games running. They're checking it for a possible offside.
Yeah, it was the Dani Ceballos run, wasn't it? I think he was okay.
Yeah, check complete, goal stands. But I don't think it's really going to rain on Barcelona's parade here. That is it. Barcelona win the Spanish Super Cup. They win the Clásico. And in truth, Real Madrid were given a Barca battering here. They ran away with it. They totally outplayed Real Madrid on the night. Benzema's late goal was, well, scant consolation really for Real. And Barca deliver a first trophy for Xavi since he took over, and it was richly deserved on the night. First goals ever in the Clásico for Gavi, who was the man of the match, and for Lewandowski and for Pedri. And Barcelona win by 3 goals to 1, and Real Madrid have some thinking to do because they've now lost 4 of their last 10 games.
Thank you very much to Ian and Steve. Well, the Xavi revolution is gathering pace, securing his first piece of silverware